The committee in 2003 concluded that there was widespread evidence of despicable practices across the media, including blagging and including payments to the police. I appreciate the legal sensitivities involved in this question, but I will put it to you anyway. In your evidence to this committee in 2003, you were asked if you had paid the police, and you clearly said, "We have paid the police in the past." And if I may suggest to you that the manner in which you said that, you said it almost as though we have paid the police in the past, the implication being as do all tabloid newspapers. I'm not asking you to make specific allegations. In your general knowledge, were payments to the police widespread across Fleet Street, or were they confined to News International titles?
And if you remember the evidence that I gave in 2003, that it was actually, I was going on to explain my comment, and as you know, Mr. Bryant was asking me to explain my comment, and the actual session ended. In 2003, straight after my comment about payment to police was in fact clarified. I think Les Hinton, who was the chairman of News International at the 2007 inquiry, clarified it again, and I clarified it recently to the Home Affairs Committee at the end of March, I think. Now, I can say that I have never paid a policeman myself. I've never sanctioned or knowingly sanctioned a payment to a police officer. I was referring, if you saw at the time of the Home Affairs Select Committee recently, that you'd have various crime editors from Fleet Street discussing that in the past payments had been made to police officers. I was referring to that wide-held belief, not widespread practice. And in fact, in my experience of dealing with the police, the information they give to newspapers comes free of charge.
Mr. Dacre, in evidence to a parliamentary committee yesterday, stated that, to his knowledge, the Daily Mail has never published a story based on hacking or blagging. This from a group that Operation Motorman identified paying 1,387 transactions across its titles. Do you think it is credible that all those 1,300 plus transactions were licitly obtained? Or is there this wider culture of hacking and blagging of which your paper was a part?
Well, I didn't see Mr. Dacre's evidence. I think that you'll have seen that out of all the media groups in this country, that News International has been the one to openly welcome the Prime Minister's public inquiry into, I think, which will be all Fleet Street practices. I mean, we haven't got the parameters yet. The fact is, I'm not here in a position to comment on other newspaper groups. Like I said at the beginning, things went badly wrong at the News of the World, and we are doing our best now to sort it out. And I accept with not the speed that this committee would have wished, and mistakes have been made, but we are trying to put them right. I think on Operation Motorman it is important that there was a select inquiry into it, select committee inquiry, and it is properly right that the Code of Conduct of Journalists and the ethics of journalism are in constant review, because if they're not, it is the freedoms that this press enjoys, which I believe in very strongly. If there is not constant review of conduct and ethics, then they are at risk.